Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company. If it's been 3.5 hours since you last ate protein and now you're starting to freak out, you are old school. If watching someone sit on a hammer machine for 5 minutes between sets playing with their phone pisses you off, you are definitely old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
I haven't seen the sun in a fucking week and a half. Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
Welcome back to After Hours. I am back from my radioactive treatment. I am now, as my endocrinologist would say, you will not want to make me angry, because if you make me angry, now I might truly turn into the Incredible Hulk. So
that's the game face.
Hulk smash, Hulk crash. Right? Louis's been he's been giving me lessons on how to talk like the Hulk. Lou Ferrigno, of course. All right.
I got no comment about him.
Yeah. You're the only person in the entire industry who doesn't like Lou Ferrigno.
Well, because that's because I knew his family.
Before we get to that, because that's a whole show.
Yeah.
Jimmy the Bull is on a very short leash, and we
a
got to
short
let
fuse
him
too. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So let's just let him go.
What's the matter, Jimmy? What's going on?
He had a beat.
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you about the beef. I just wanted to ask everybody if they had and this includes Tyler too, if everybody had a nice Mother's Day. That's the first thing I want to cover.
Tyler and I spent Mother's Day together.
Yeah, I had to fucking work. I get to see my mom.
Tyler and I went to Tom Crutchfield's house, who's a big reptile. He has in Homestead, Florida, all the way down south. He's got this big house and all these outdoor enclosures with crazy, venomous, exotic reptiles, and we filmed there for the whole day. That was our Mother's Day.
What a great day that sounds like.
Yeah, it was fun. It was actually fun. John, you would have loved it because you're a wildlife guy.
I freaking hate snakes.
No, it wasn't all snakes. There's cool reptiles like croc monitors and tortoises and turtles and.
I like it. I like my pets with fur.
Nah, these are cool. These were pretty cool animals.
Pets with the fur.
Greg, actually, you would have liked it down there. You would have loved it. Actually,
yeah, I do. I like all that.
Crutchfield's a big bodybuilding fan. He was. He was back in the day. He was, into the whole bodybuilding scene. That's how I actually became friends with him, because he knew who I was from bodybuilding. So he was actually. There's a whole. If you watch Netflix, there's an entire show devoted to him, because he was one of the first reptile smugglers. They would put reptiles in their pockets, they'd bag up snakes. They'd go to the Bahamas and get all these exotic snakes and bring them back. And there was no customs back then. People just walked right through. And he had a huge reptile trading business he was doing, and eventually he got caught because he started bringing in stuff that was endangered. But it's a wild story, because he actually fled to Belize and got caught in Belize. He was in a Belize prison. It's a crazy, crazy story.
For smuggling reptiles?
From smuggling reptiles, yeah. He was making millions.
Really?
He was making a lot of money from it too.
They usually do that a lot. There's a lot of Japanese and Asian people, they bring reptiles in, and that's why they polluted the fish down in Florida. Remember all them?
Yeah.
But you got to remember, back in the 70s, going through the airport, you could bring kilos of cocaine with you. No one knew. They didn't check you. Remember the movie Blow?
Yeah, I remember that.
Speaking of kilos of cocaine, we're going to lose Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy, what's going on over there?
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, really? I asked the fucking question. How was Mother's Day? And you guys go into a whole fucking story. Just leave me over here in the fucking woods like where I am right now.
At least
so,
I'm trying.
I'm going to tell you what I did.
At least I'm trying to corral you. Come on.
So
I don't even know what you did, but I would bet it involved the cemetery.
I'm not in the cemetery. This is what happened, all right? So what happened was this Mother's Day, I was sitting around my house, just with my thumb up my ass. I said, you know what? I can't do this because, I get very down on the holidays. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do something uplifting. So I took the map, I put it on my office floor, I took a dart, and I fucking threw the dart down and it hit the map. And it hit Danesville, Pennsylvania, right? I'm like, okay, fuck it. I get in my car, I put it in the GPS, 4 hours. I
Thank God he didn't hit like Nevada or something like that. It would have been still driving.
What happened?
I said, if you would have hit Nevada with that dart, you'd still be driving right now.
Yeah, well, I knew the area I was.
Oh, okay.
I thought the fucking Canada or something. You know what I mean? So I knew the area. Okay, so I just I bullseyed it around that area.
Okay.
Jersey, Connecticut, fucking Pennsylvania.
Okay. Tri-state area.
Upstate. I stayed in that little area there. I zoned in and I threw the fucking dart. I hit fucking Danesville, Pennsylvania. So I went there. All right. I spent the weekend there. I stayed in a Comfort Inn. I had a good time. I came back. I said, you know what? I love the mountains. It's great. I says, I'm going to get a couple of my friends because being that we're all bums who don't work. I says, I'm going to go out east. We're going to go fucking hiking. Okay? We get on the LAE. I'll follow my friends. We're all heading out there. Major traffic. Major. So I said, what the fuck is the problem out? We're going out east. There's this fucking van, a box truck in the middle lane with all this fucking graffiti on it, right? He's going 30 miles an hour in the fucking middle expressway. I'm like, who the fuck? I said, that's got to be a fucking Asian guy. It's got to be a fucking Asian guy, right? I finally get up there and I look in the side window and there he is smiling. I go, what's with these fucking people? I mean, I understand. Look, I'm not racist. I'm not being anything, but it's always the Asian, right? So finally we get out here. My friends, we all park. Now we're going hiking, okay? I got to take a shit, all right? So I said, fuck it, this is a perfect place. I bring my fucking paper towel, my wipey, right?
That's like Greg.
A nice fucking beautiful log I found with had a little Humpty Dumpty fucking branch on it. I sat on it. I took a shit. It was wonderful. It was with the fiber lines, man. I was shitting out here. I was fucking feeling fantastic, right? And it felt so natural too, right? So I'm taking a shit. All of a sudden, the cop pulls up because I was only taking a shit right over here. Right?
He always gets caught. He always gets caught.
I got no fucking luck, bro. No luck. So the cop pulls up, and I run over to the front over here, where my car was. And he's like, what are you doing? I says, I'm going hiking. He goes, well, where you by yourself? I says, no, my friends are in the woods. He goes, well, make sure you read the signs and follow the instructions. I said, what instructions? I'm going hiking. He goes, no, the sign over here. So I didn't even notice it. So I look at the fucking thing. I can't believe what this fucking thing says.
Oh,
please
It's also spelled
practice.
Let me see.
How the fuck?
Distancing with an E.
Does it really?
This is insane. How do you practice social distancing?
Yeah, look, I think Mr. G made that sign up. They spelled distancing wrong.
Yeah, he did. Look, the fucking morons. Look,
You should have told the cop they can't even spell.
I'm in the fucking. I got a social distance. I'm in the fucking woods with the bears. I got a social distance. What kind of shit fucking world is this, man? I fucking had it with this fucking place.
I thought it was.
I
thought you were gonna see a sign that said no dumping. You get it? And the cop said
he wasn't distancing his ass from the floor far enough. That was the problem.
I thought he saw me shit because I was back there right where that branch was back in there. I was shit back there, but he didn't see me.
Yeah.
So I popped up. I pulled my pants. I kept running right out of here because I don't know what he wanted. And he's like, make sure I follow the sign. I'm like, what sign? He goes, one right there. I said, are you kidding me, officer? Are you kidding me right now with that? He goes, no. I said, okay. Practice social distance in the woods? In the woods? He go, yeah. I said, okay, no problem, officer. I'll practice social distance. Don't worry about it. I said, my friends are about a half a mile from me right now anyway. Jesus Christ.
Now, Dave, this situation could have gotten far worse had he not been taken fibrillized and had like a 12 line.
Yeah. That's right.
He would have been there fucking wiping and wiping and wiping.
That's the whole point of the story. The point of the story was, if I wasn't on the fiber lines, I would have been constipated on that fucking log back there, and that fucking guy would have got out of his car and went back there and saw me sitting on the fucking log taking a shit. That's what would have happened. Because I had the fiber lines, I shit immediately, and it was out like fucking Carvel. And I fucking pulled my pants up and I came over here to the side to see what the hell he wanted.
With one wipe, right, Jimmy?
Yeah,
one wipe, it was clean, Jimmy. Man. I didn't even need the wipes.
The fact that they got a police officer on duty. The fact that they got a police officer on duty in the middle of the woods seems rather ridiculous.
I have to thank Dave for the fiber license. I didn't get arrested today. I did a clean shit. I got away with it. And I just got to follow the fucking sign, and I'll be all right.
You know what the funny thing is? The fact that there's a cop in the middle of the woods on assignment, like it seems like it's a little bit of a waste, of a guy. how many people are really there hiking that they need a cop there? The other thing that seems ridiculous.
Cops.
That's why I figured I'd come.
Run into places like that. The way they're getting treated in the city, fuck that. If I was a cop, I'd be out under a tree somewhere.
Now if the guy, Jimmy, if the guy comes back, say, you know what, you want a social distance, but you're not really sure what that word on the sign says because you've never seen a word. You've never seen that word spelled like that.
Look where I am. Look, Dave. Look at it. Look, all fucking woods. Except one fucking guy over there. I think he's checking off. All fucking wood. And that guy's got to break my balls to come here to tell me to follow that sign. Are you fuck? What kind of luck do I have, bro?
Jimmy, you know what? You know what? That cop was probably the guy that's got your apple filling.
There you go. He stole your apple filling.
He stole your apple filling.
Good callback.
I thought you were going to say that the Asian guy was the cop. Like the Asian guy.
John, the funny thing
I gotta ask a question. Hold on, Jimmy and Greg too, because you guys are, and even Georgie.
Dude, I carry toilet paper everywhere.
What is it? Why is that Asian truck so identifiable? Because you're never wrong, ever. Whenever you're on an expressway or any of the roads in New York, and you see a fucked up, graffiti-covered, banged up fucking van with an extra lock on the back, I will bet my house every single time, and I'll bet your house too, that there's a fucking Asian guy driving that truck.
And when you pass him,
always.
Where's the graffiti? I don't understand the graffiti aspect.
When you pass him, he's
it's in Chinatown. All those trucks are from Chinatown. All they do is spray everything the fuck up in there. Listen, I'm not profiling. I'm just calling it like it is. That's what it is.
It's 100%. It's 100%.
Jimmy, when you pass him, he smiles at you, right? He laughs at you. Sometimes they even wave.
No. He didn't smile at me when I passed him. The motherfucker was already smiling before I even got up to the car. He was already fucking smiling. He's smiling. They laugh with themselves, these people.
I wonder if they like smoke opium.
I kind of respect that.
You know?
I wish I could do that. I respect that. I wish I could walk around with a fucking smile on my fucking face. Somebody
he waves at you. He waves. How you doing?
Hey, he nods.
All right.
Anyway, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta go meet up my buddies. They're probably a mile ahead of me now. Back in the fucking woods.
Now, let me ask you. Hold on. Before you leave, you glanced over Mother's Day. See, Mother's Day, you went to Gainesville, Florida? No, Gainesville, Pennsylvania.
Gainesville. Yeah, Gainesville. That's where my thought landed.
Now, you
Dansville, huh?
You said you stayed in a bed and breakfast there, but what the heck did you do there?
I drove around. I went to a restaurant up there. I went to this place called Longhorn or Steelhorn fucking steakhouse. I went up there, had a couple of pops, couple of drinks. I got up there late, and then I stayed at the Comfort Inn. I got up in the morning. I drove all around the fucking mountains, and I left the next day. That's what.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What about the beef? You said you had a beef with somebody or something.
Yeah. What about that?
We want to know about the beef.
I was arguing with the police officer over here about the sign. Okay. He's telling me it's social distance in the middle of the fucking woods. I looked at him like he was nuts.
Did you tell him he was too close to you? You should have said, dude, you're too close.
Back up.
Oh, my God. I can't take this shit anymore. I got to get out of this fucking state, man.
You say that every fucking week.
You love the aggravation, Jimmy, I think. I really do.
Dave, that's the thing. You know, and Jimmy, I worry about you because no amount of Mr. G's life school lessons are ever going to get you to do what you got to do, which is pack up the truck and move.
Although, John, Mr. G hasn't moved anywhere either yet, so he's been talking about that now for 6 months. So
not nearly.
I told Dave I was going to talk to him. I got to talk to him. In private though. But I got to.
But Mr. G doesn't have any pressing medical issues that need to force him out of the East Coast. Jimmy the Bull is going to blow a fucking O-ring, and then we're all going to be sad.
That's why he's throwing darts at maps, John, and driving.
All I got to tell you is, if I drop dead from a fucking heart attack, I want you to guys do a nice 20-minute tribute to me. All right, when I'm fucking gone, please. That's all I ask.
Yes, we will. I promise you.
All right,
except
good.
the difference,
I gotta go, man.
The only difference is you'll probably outlive all of us. So.
I love you guys. Dave, I'm gonna call you tonight late. I hope you answer the phone.
All right, I love you, man. I'll talk to you then.
All right.
Let's. I want to talk about this. Have you seen this this Kentucky Derby horse got disqualified for testing positive for, quote, steroids?
Yeah, I saw it.
Somebody just asked me about it. I don't know anything about it.
Here's the funny thing. First of all, it tested positive for steroids, but not for anabolic steroids.
It was a corticosteroid.
It was a corticosteroid, which, you know, can reduce the inflammation and stuff like that. Now, they said they gave it to him because he had some kind of skin issue or whatever, and, you know, and they didn't realize that this one corticosteroid was in there. So people think right away when they hear steroids that, you know, it was on performance-enhancing steroids. It was not on performance. It was on a corticosteroid. Now, they don't use those in horses because supposedly it allows them to breathe better, and can run harder, and, you know, they could actually hurt themselves. Supposedly, you know.
It's the same kind of steroid your fat Aunt Rita takes.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean?
But it makes them, I guess it allows them to breathe better or something. Like, I don't know.
You remember there was an article. Remember Don Hooten? Greg remembers Don.
Yeah, of
Hooten.
course, I remember Hooten. Yeah.
Don Hooten had
Tyler Hooten was his son.
Right. Tom Hanks was in a play on Broadway, and he hurt his wrist, and he had a cortisone shot in his wrist before he went on to perform. So Don Hooten gets a hold of this, and he posts in the Dallas Morning News, actor Tom Hanks flying high on steroids during.
Yeah, I remember all that.
You know what? It's America that gives those kinds of fucking morons a voice.
Yep.
Hey, John, that guy was his kid was drinking fucking Jack Daniels at 16 years old with his mother. If you watch John's referring to the movie that him and I were in, Bigger, Stronger, Faster. If you fucking see in that movie, there's a picture of him and his mother with Jack Daniels and shit drinking. You know, parents want to blame everybody else for if their kids are fucked up, but I don't believe this. Look, I took a lot of steroids. You know the story.
No, Greg, the mother was on antidepressants.
Right, the mother.
The sister tried killing herself. She had I think 2 suicide attempts. The whole family was all fucked up. You know, before steroids ever came into the picture.
Right.
You know, the father was looking for a scapegoat.
But they were drinking.
And a way to assuage his guilt. But
Johnny, they were drinking and taking antidepressants. Nobody talks about that. You know what it is? Because he made some scuttle doing a... Look, I feel bad for the kid that passed away. You know, no kid should commit suicide. They need somebody to talk to. But when your parents are so fucked up themselves, and then you're fucking drinking and maybe taking antidepressants and all that stuff, and you're a teenager in school, you got nobody really to turn to. You know what I'm saying?
It was on Lexapro. Well, it was taking Lexapro.
I think that was his girlfriend, Lexi.
No. Taylor, the psychiatrist prescribed Taylor Hooten Lexapro,
Tyler Hooten.
And Lexapro had a very strong support in the medical literature for causing suicidal ideation.
Suicide, crazy.
In adolescent patients.
Nuts.
So they were knowingly taking. This is how fucked up the news is. The kid is knowingly taking a drug known to cause suicide ideation and kills himself. Do they blame that drug? No. They blame the steroid, which has no
because his parents were taking the same thing now.
For suicidal ideation.
The steroids would actually help them from not committing suicide. Would have made him feel better.
I agree with that. I felt good on it.
No, well, John, but what you forgot to mention is when the parents caught him and saw that he was taking the steroids, they made him stop cold turkey.
Right.
And so he crashed and he got depressed because of that. We know that because, you know, low testosterone will cause depression. So he didn't really need the Lexapro. He just needed to get his hormone levels up. And so they probably gave him.
Yeah, but Dave, if you see there's pictures
No,
of
because
him.
you don't understand. If you take antidepressants and you don't really need them because your brain chemistry is not messed up, that's when it causes these crazy things. People who actually are clinically depressed, they take antidepressants, they feel better. But if you don't really need it because you don't have a brain chemistry issue and you take it, that's when I think you could have problems with it. And I think what they did was they gave him the wrong drug basically, and it exacerbated the problem rather than make it better. You know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But like John said,
felt better on drugs.
But John is right though. The kids' parents, you know, the mother and everything. There's pictures of him and the mother drinking Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
The kid was 16 at the
Oh,
time.
really?
50.
It's the whole thing is very sad. But you know, getting back.
It's in the movie. John and I were in it's in
By the way,
movie.
speaking of that movie, Bigger, Stronger, Faster, I have Mark Bell. I interviewed him last week. He'll be on the show, so that's good. It was a really good interview too. So, and Mark
Bell's a cool guy.
Mark's got a great YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and
all the
doing
Bell
really
brothers. I like them.
Yeah.
I was really close with Mad Dog. He was a good guy.
well.
Yeah,
the
he
brother
He was a
that
good guy.
that died.
Dude, I could tell you stories. I'm the one who called his father
You
when
told
he had
us, yeah, that was crazy.
I still have the voice messages. You know?
Now, getting back to the Kentucky Derby winner that they disqualified for catabolic
Flying
steroid use.
high on steroids.
It would be like if Ben Weider was drug testing the Olympia and they disqualified the guy because he was using catabolic steroids instead of anabolic. I mean, it's like ludicrous, but you know, the headline is steroids, and I think people see that headline, they assume the horse was on Winstrol or something, or Equipoise or something like that, you know, and that's just not the case.
What if the horse had hemorrhoids? Could you say he's on roids? You get it?
No, but people, you know, when I worked in the hospital, when I was in medical school, we were doing rounds, and I don't even know how it came up. This was back in 1988. You know, this was around the Olympic time, and someone asked about steroids, and one of the doctors says, he goes, he didn't even know the name. The only steroid he could name was like I said, like prednisone. He had the doctor had no idea of what the difference between anabolic and catabolic steroids. And this guy was the doctor doing the rounds. He was the resident there. No clue whatsoever. So,
Dave, I had my doctor ask me about that shit.
Really?
And he called it testosterone. I couldn't even say it right. So you take the testosterone, right? You know what I mean? They don't know nothing about steroids. Matter of fact, some of them
know about nutrition.
Yeah, they don't know about that either. They don't even know about they only know like certain, you know, what they study. That's
Prevention. They don't know anything about preventative medicine.
You know what? That's a really good point. Because did you notice over the whole last year and plus a few months that this COVID thing has been around, have you heard any of these medical professionals, supposed experts, say anything about healthy body composition, lose weight, to lose, you know?
No, they don't want you to know about that.
You know, get some exercise, take some
That's
vitamins,
secure.
minerals, and boost your immune system. None of that shit.
No.
Just vaccine, wear a mask,
Pills,
vaccine, 6
pills,
feet
yeah.
apart. Nothing about prevention or how to you know, manage this thing, you know, down the road. It's just all stupid shit.
now, speaking of
they don't want you
COVID,
to know about it.
there was, unfortunately, and John, we talked about this on Heavy Muscle Radio the other day. Lawrence the Beast Marshall, who is an IFBB pro bodybuilder from Trinidad and Tobago, he died supposedly from COVID-related problems just recently. And
No way.
you don't believe it? Well, that's what they
I'll tell you
reported.
a story right now. My client's aunt died, and she got hit by her and her son got hit by a car in Florida. She's 98 years old.
Oh shit.
Died a week later, right, from complications. And the medical examiner calls them up and says that they want to that she died from COVID. And he's like,
He got
"You're
hit by a
not
car.
putting it on the thing. What are you talking about? She was in a car accident." That's what I'm saying. They got.
George, you know how many cases?
But this guy, I think, legitimately had COVID. I don't think he got hit by a car or anything like that, from what I understand.
No, Dave. There was
Dave.
a case in Florida.
Yeah.
This kid got hit on a motorcycle. And he was in three pieces.
Right.
They bring the pieces to the hospital and they test for COVID. And they say it tested positive. They listed his death as COVID.
Oh my
Right,
God.
they get 50 grand, 35 or 50 grand. They get
$39,000 each.
But you know what it is, too?
for each case. Think about that.
Yeah, but you know what it is? The treatment is what kills a lot of people.
Yep.
Look what they did to me. They put me on a fucking ventilator. I had no trouble. I pulled the fucking ventilator out. They freaked out. And I said, motherfuckers, I could breathe. You know what I mean? You don't need to be, if you put somebody on a ventilator who doesn't need to be on a ventilator, it causes pneumonia. You know what I'm saying? Go read what a ventilator, that's why you got to be careful with that shit. And plus, you start treating people the wrong, you know, you create the symptoms in them. So a lot of the people that died is because they went to the fucking hospital and had to fucking, you know, let the hospital call the shots.
What do you think about Bill Gates getting divorced from Melinda?
Dude, you know why? You know why? Because she found out he was on Epstein's Island. I swear to God.
I know. I heard that. I heard that.
He was on Epstein's Island. That fucking cocksucker, John Robert, the fucking, the Justice John Robert, all those guys. They were on Epstein's Island.
They all were
there. She found out about him.
Fucking Epstein Island.
What do you think he was doing there? You think
How else?
What do you mean? What was he doing? Wait,
her divorce.
John, he just asked. What do you think he was doing on that
well,
island?
was he after little girls or little boys?
Fishing. He was on there fucking fishing off the island.
Her divorce pleadings list irreconcilable differences. How married 27 years and everything that they had, and all of a sudden now they have irreconcilable differences. Well, maybe it was the live-in girlfriend that, the Gates got to go spend a week with every year for the whole duration of their marriage. That was
really?
Maybe if his wife dressed up like a schoolgirl, maybe he would have got it up.
But I think the coup de grace was the list of names that appeared on the flight log for the jet, the Lolita Express, and that his name was on there.
Hey, John, don't you think Gates is worth $300 billion? You think he could have flown his own plane there?
He could have been. He could have. The amount of options that are open to somebody with that amount of money,
right?
Do not need Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
Okay, so there's
no, but you know what, John? He's the guy who got the girls, did all the shit. So they figured, he'll get in trouble, I won't. That's exactly what it is.
Probably.
You go there, you know what I'm saying? You go there, you figure, I'm just gonna. I didn't know. I was just hanging out on the island. I didn't do anything wrong. I just went there on a vacation.
Who just got the massage? Which was the guy? Oh, Fauci, right? No, who was the one who got the massage over there?
I think it was Roberts.
Clinton got the massage.
No, Clinton got more than the massage. Who said they just went there and got massaged? That wasn't Trump.
Alan Dershowitz?
No,
Alan Dershowitz, you're right. Dershowitz only got a massage.
No. Yeah. Hold on. Alan Dershowitz went there with his wife and daughter when nobody was on the island. Epstein was, Epstein didn't live there, wasn't there all the time. Alan Dershowitz would go there with his wife, and even his wife said, I've been on the island many times. My daughter's been with us.
Yeah.
He would actually almost like not rent it out, but he would go there to get away with his wife, and kid. It's though his own wife even said the same thing as kids.
Well, maybe the wife didn't know where he was going at like 2 a.m, though, when he would sneak out of the hotel room.
No, I don't think Epstein was there though. Look, who knows? Any of those fucking guys. You get on that island.
But people are saying, Gates, he's going to get taken to the cleaners in the divorce.
No,
I'm like, the guy's got $300 billion. Even if he loses half, who cares? Right?
If I were him, what I would do right now is I would half. You get and I'm going this way, and let's leave it alone.
Right. Don't say a word.
You know what? I'll give you half, and I'll give you an extra 10% just to shut the fuck up.
Right. Well, I mean, what is he going to do with all the money? They all said they were going to give the money away anyway before they died.
Well, Gates is a eugenicist. Gates believes is a eugenicist. You know what that is, Dave, right?
Yeah. Why don't you explain what it is to everyone?
They believe in that there's too many people on the earth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I pushed the vaccine bullshit with him. But the
Planned Parenthood, his parents started Planned Parenthood.
But he's full of shit, though. That's why he said it's okay for him to throw his 2 cents in about everybody else. But when he said, listen, I don't want anybody, we want the media to stay out of this. Please don't get involved. Give us our privacy and shit. Dude, you don't give nobody else their privacy. You're in the limelight, dude. It comes with the territory. You know what I mean?
He owns the most farmland, too.
Because he doesn't want anybody to know he was on that island. Yeah, he
wants everyone to eat plants. They want everyone to eat plants. He
bought up that farmland a while ago. That's part of
George, just to clarify, a eugenicist is not a person who believes in population control. Hitler was a eugenicist. They believe in breeding the humans for for certain traits, like the Aryan race. That was what Hitler's, goal was.
Superior race, right.
Yeah.
That's racist.
That's
being racist.
That's what eugenics is,
That's past racist.
Yeah.
That's racist on steroids.
Yeah. That's
There you go.
beyond it.
And not
So I got
cortisone
contacted
steroids.
by ladies.
Not cortical steroids either.
That's on anabolic. That's fucking racist.
When my son was born, he had blonde hair and he's got the blue eyes. My father's like, "It's you got the Aryan race you got here."
Well, Sicilians come out like that a lot.
I know
green
they got the blonde hair, and blue eyes. Yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
Dude, my son had like white blonde hair and crystal blue eyes, and as they get older, their hair darkens and shit.
Yeah, they got darker. Yeah.
And my kids got part black in them, and I don't know, they both got blue eyes.
That's why. Yeah, that's a good.
Their
that's
grandfather's black, and my ex-wife was mulatto, so her father's black.
I always wonder how that happens because usually, you think of blue eyes as like a recessive trait, which you would need like at least someone to carry the gene for blue eyes on the.
Look at Herschel Walker's son. He's got really nice light eyes.
Well, Herschel Walker's got kind of lightish eyes, right?
I don't
know.
Greg, you posted an interesting video on Instagram.
John, holy fuck, I got thrown off. Dude, I got thrown off of fucking Facebook for that. That's what, I'm in Facebook jail. Do you know why, John?
Why?
John's talking about this video of a girl who had a bad heroin. She was laying on the floor of a subway, and dudes are filming her. John, listen. Oh, you're gonna gag at this. Listen to this.
A rat was going in her mouth.
A rat was going in her mouth and like nibbling on her tongue and fucking eating out of in the inside of her mouth, right? Oh. And people standing there. Nobody helps the girl. She's like maybe in her early 20s. She's laying there with her mouth all like this, and a rat. So I wrote a post and I said, "You motherfucking people standing around. If I was there, I would have stomped on the rat and killed it, and picked her up." And fucking carried it to the hospital. And Facebook said, because I wanted to kill the rat, that I'm promoting violence. And now I got a week where I can't even go on my Facebook fucking thing. Because I wanted to kill that rat. If that was your daughter, that's somebody's daughter. Somebody once was there, a little baby, like this little baby girl, their pride and joy. Now, poor kid, she's having a drug, got a drug problem, laying on the floor. On the subway. You can go to my fucking Instagram.
That's in the subway?
I thought she was dead. I thought she was dead.
I don't know. I don't think she's dead, but she was laying there. Her hands were black, too. But she was just laying on the subway floor. Nobody helped her. Nobody did. But they stood there and they video filmed her. And they're watching this rat go in her mouth. I
watched that. That was
eat her tongue. Is that fucked up?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
But New York...
We got to be like the Zen Buddhist monks that they don't believe in killing anything. They sweep. They got to sweep constantly because they sweep the bugs out of the house because they can't kill the bugs,
New York City subways are notorious for this. The blinders. I have seen shit in the subway that you can't fucking imagine, and nobody lifts a finger. I did a photo shoot in the subway. I had Victor Martinez. And I forgot who else. Two other guys after the New York Pro. We're in the subway going from one stop to the next. They're peeling off, hitting shots in the subway, and people are just sitting there. Nobody. Fucking nothing is going on. And
dude, you could be. I seen a cop.
You remember when Kai Green used to do all his little antics in the subway there, and people were like, "Oh, it's just another day at the office,"
They don't care, though. You don't understand. They don't give a shit. They filmed this poor girl just laying there. Nobody ran over, checked her pulse. Nobody she just laid there. And her mouth was open like this. And the rat was going in her mouth. Would actually take its paws, or whatever those fucking grimy things are. They'd spread her lips like this and stick its face in there and start gnawing on the inside of her mouth. Oh. It's on my Instagram. You can see it. I saw it. Dude,
So they kept it on Instagram.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
But yeah, you know what's funny though? But dude, because I said I would kill that rat.
But dude, you did that on Instagram too, right?
Yeah, I did say it on Instagram, but they
on
didn't
Instagram,
take me off.
You're okay on Instagram, but not in Facebook.
I think is the video still there? I think it might.
There's
still
more
be on
people
my
to
Facebook,
offend. I guess there's older people on Facebook to offend. They figure the young kids don't give a shit.
Come on, kill a rat. You wouldn't. Dave, you got daughters. John, you had a daughter.
Greg, if they saw the amount of rats that were killed in my snake building every Wednesday,
I know
they'd ban me for life.
Dude, I hate those rats. I've been at your place when you pull out those fucking rats. It stinks. They stink, those fucking.
Well,
But
I
this
feed
is
them.
a
I
sweet-
feed them to the snakes, though. And what I'm saying is, if they ever saw how many rats got killed in my facility,
But
that's what my
Dave,
snakes could eat.
but think about John. Think about the fucking dirty, filthy sewer rat that's in there from, you know what I mean? A fucking subway
Those things
rat,
are
and
big
it's
too.
sticking
Some of
its-
those.
And it's gnawing on her tongue. And dude, can you imagine that?
Because
shit?
I don't
And
think,
nobody
Greg, I
helped
don't
the
think
poor girl.
people understand when they think of a rat. They think of like a little white furry thing. The rats,
No,
in
it was
the
no white-
rats in the subway are
No,
like
that's a
dogs.
big black.
They're
big
like
black
little
thing,
dogs. That's how big they are.
Well,
Like
this
about
one
8
was
inches
kind of
long.
small. It was a baby.
But I'm just saying, in general, though, rats can be really big in the subway.
I
Really
saw
big.
one time in the subway. I had this. I'm waiting for the train, and I'm smelling this fucking horrible smell. And I see this little puff of smoke coming up out of the track down in the thing. So I go over there and I look. There's a fucking rat this big. All right, this fucking big. Upside down on the rail, dead with his nose touching the third rail, and it's going like this, and it's
really?
smoldering, burning like the.
Really?
I'm telling you, it was this fucking big.
I don't know how they get that big. There must be something they're eating down there in that subway because
Are
I've
you
never seen
kidding?
rats that big.
Holy shit, dude!
They must
eat
be
each
crossbreeding
other.
with something down there.
Dave, they eat each other, the rats. You never saw them fight. I've seen them fight down there where they're fucking jumping on each other. They're huge. I seen one eating a pigeon. It grabs the pigeons. They're walking down, walking around down there, and it fucking grabs the pigeon and starts eating it. It starts biting on its neck.
Guys, where do you think all those rats came from? You think they came when people came over on the boats from Europe? Those rats?
They're
I think
illegal
they were
immigrants.
wild, mice or shrews or whatever, and they just got, evolved. Look, the food supply that they have down there, my God, they get anything for a rat. They got that's like a smorgasbord every fucking day.
Johnny, what about the cockroaches? They're this fucking big.
Maybe they're doing steroids down there, guys.
Yep.
No, dude, the rats.
I think that someone's supplying them. We got to find out who's supplying these rats
Dave, you
with the
should bring your
steroids.
snakes down here. Like release some snakes.
Oh, that's all you need is a snake problem, right? People are petrified of snakes.
Oh my God! Could you imagine the freaking pythons or boa constrictor, whatever, in the sewer in the subway? They'd be like this big around.
Well, you know what the difference is? The difference is in the winter they would all die. Although it's pretty warm in the subway area, so maybe not.
Yeah, it's warm down there.
Oh no, it's warm. The homeless live down there in the fucking tunnels and shit.
Can you believe what a shithole New York City has turned into?
It's
an absolute fucking shithole. Right?
It's hollow. The city is under thousands of fucking tunnels and shit. It's hollow under there.
And you know what? People who live there are like defend it. And they go, "Oh, it's only a couple of blocks. It's only in this area over here." Bull fucking shit. People are running out of that city as fast as they can. When I first got here to South Carolina, I saw no plates from New Jersey, New York, none. Anywhere I go, to supermarket, the Target, where the fuck ever, I got cars in the parking lot. New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. They're all coming down here because
all these guys up north are throwing darts at the map, and they're just like, okay, here I go, South Carolina. Whoop. Cape Coral, Florida.
If you want to visit a shithole, now's the time to do it because hotel rooms in New York are really cheap.
Oh yeah.
Every week I drive through there, right? And I go right along the East River, the BQE, and every building has graffiti on it everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's been that way.
Unbelievable.
George, did you ever go to the West Side Highway, like in Henry Hudson, back in the late 70s, early 80s? There were burnt out cars in the middle of the road. It was like something like Escape from New York, so they fixed that up.
It looks like now.
You know what they should do?
This is how they
should solve that graffiti problem. I've seen some guys. You remember that? You know that guy in Australia who does those big murals on the gym walls of like Ronnie Coleman? It's like the size of like the biggest thing you've ever seen. They ought to get him and give him a ladder and tell him to spray like the outside of buildings, like make like
It won't work. The savages will just paint right over
No,
them.
I'm sure they got to come up with a paint that you can't paint over or something like that. You know?
They put their little neighborhood, the 315, the fucking, the Bronx 718, in the house, do that shit. You want?
Well,
this
guy could hire all those graffiti guys to help him. All right, let's at least have a plan.
Spray that you spray on, and then the paint won't stick.
Right. Yeah.
You get no
They use that on stalls in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
We could go to space. I'm sure we could figure out how to make a paint that you can't paint over.
Yeah, well,
I got a magic marker. I can't write on certain things with my magic marker. The ink won't absorb. I'm sure they can come up with
according to the guys on this show, you don't stop writing over there. I got to show them the picture. I meant to fucking do that.
Oh.
And I'm gonna send you the Jimmy the Bull tape. I have it here. I just gotta put it on.
Okay.
I haven't forgotten. I've just been doing a bunch of things.
Yeah, a lot of people asked me they wanted you and Jimmy the Bull in the city. I'm gonna
send it
put
to you.
some footage up.
Right. I'm gonna try. I'll do it later.
All right.
I haven't forgotten.
All right.
But dude, you know what you do? Put the fucking snakes down in the subway. Put them snakes down where there's graffiti is. Nobody will ever go near there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because those snakes are badass.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a bunch of. See, the thing with New York City sewer rats is that they actually get they're like fucking wolves. They'll work in packs.
I was going to say the snakes might not have a chance against these rats down there.
While your snake is eating one rat, it'll have 10 or fucking 50 of them gnawing on it.
Yeah, they'll eat the snake. Believe me, you'd have to release 1,000 snakes down there.
Yeah, George is right. There is more, dude. Oh my God, I went to fucking a girl's apartment in the Bronx, right off Allerton Avenue. Oh my God, I laid on the floor. We were gonna fuck in the living room and shit, and I could see the rats underneath. They were underneath the couch, like the sofa.
Wow.
And I could see their little shadows running around.
Oh my God.
It was fucking crazy. And I'm there with Bob Bonham. Another time we're in a place, and we're sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden I see the garbage pail. We hear this noise. We're like, what the fuck is that? And the chick's like, oh yeah, the rats. They get caught in a garbage pail. They can't get out. So we look. There's rats. They fell in a fucking garbage pail. She opens up the window. She's like 6 stories up. And she throws them out the fucking window onto the sidewalk below.
And they probably live. That's the funny thing.
Dude, they live. They don't even fucking die. They come right back up. They're giant fucking rats. They're in it. Dude, you never seen anything like this. You open up the cabinets, and there's rats on the plates. There's rats like a movie.
Roaches,
too. Dude, George, the roaches, it was like if you took a handful of sand from the beach and you threw it up, and every grain of sand, there were roaches on the ceiling, little tiny baby ones, giant ones. They were everywhere. They used to have to keep food and the silverware and plates that they were going to eat off of. They kept it all in the refrigerator because that was the only place the rats would not get into, or the cockroaches, was in the refrigerator.
Wow.
That's it. Dude.
People like that. Did you see that film? I think it was on Facebook, but maybe it was on YouTube. This guy made a rat trap, right? And he's got this big tub of water, and he puts a tube, a big pipe on top of it.
I'm friends with that guy.
And puts a balloon in there, and then puts the feed on top of the balloon, and all the rats come up on the thing, and it's got like 100 rats on the top, and then one of them finally pops the balloon, and they all fall through and are in the water, and they're freaking.
Yup.
You know that guy?
They put grain and shit. They put shit in the water, and they'll go up there. They fall.
That's crazy. You know what? This is what they should do.
They'll fall into the bucket of water and they drown.
Look,
they fucking drown.
We have a population of people in this country, and I have nothing bad to say about them, that love to hunt. Okay, these people will hunt anything. Okay, they're always looking for something more challenging. Open up hunting season in the subways of Manhattan. You do it like after 2 a.m. in the morning. You send these maniacs down there with all their guns and all their weapons and let them go hunt rats. I guarantee you'll flush all those rats out of there in no time.
Dave, there is a society that does do that. They're down by Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. But you know what's funny? You could kill fucking 500 of them in one night. You can't. Your only way is to burn the fucking buildings down or some shit. Once the rats are in there, they come up from the sewers and shit.
Right.
Once they're there, you cannot get rid of them. No exterminator, nothing.
if out of all the technology that we have in the entire world, there is no way to get rats out of New York.
Or cockroaches.
Or
Well, you know
if there was a nuclear war, a nuclear holocaust, the two survivors would be the
You know
rats.
what? Why can't they come up with
cockroaches.
something that would cause them to become infertile? Like a food source. They could feed them. It would kill the fertility of the rats.
That could work.
Yeah, you're right. That could work. But I don't know, John.
They do that with
so
insects.
Many of them.
But then you get these snowflakes eating it too, and then they'd have some kind of a...
Dude, I seen a dude puke on a fucking subway platform, and I seen the rats come over and they were eating the puke. They don't give a shit.
Oh my God.
They don't care. They were eating the fucking vomit. It's disgusting.
Maybe they should start vaccinating these rats.
There you go.
You want to control population? I think they're more of a problem than we are at this point.
But dude, we need an update, Mr. G. What's going on with your fight with Big Lenny?
So Lenny's management contacted me, and he's
wait.
Oh, you didn't tell us that.
Management?
Yeah.
Who's his management?
Rob Zilla.
Oh, Rob. Okay.
So Rob Zilla. So gonna fight at the Olympia, right? I have a place in Orlando that we can fight at, Bronx Sportsplex. It'll be sanctioned by the boxing commission.
The boxing commission of what? Of the state of the Guam?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would sanction that fight?
Well, the reason why you have to do it, you have to have a doctor, you have to have an ambulance.
Yeah, you guys might need it too. That's the funny thing.
Well, no, it's like a regular fight that they have with the MMA. Any fight.
Well, they
boxing,
should anyway because someone could get hurt, Right.
Yeah, otherwise they'll get in trouble. You'll get in trouble.
Well, they should have it anyway. If two guys going to fight each other, what if someone gets hurt? You got to have a doctor available. I would think.
When is the Olympia? When is this shit?
October.
The 7th to the 10th.
Oh, of October. Okay.
I don't think Dan Solomon's going to be too happy. You guys are going to be stealing people away from the Olympia.
Well, Dave, hold on. I got other people want to fight.
More people might want to watch your fight than the Olympia.
What?
I said more people might want to watch the fight than the Olympia. I said.
Dave, yeah, during the day on Saturday.
George, they have pre-judging and night show. It runs all day.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, so between two. That's why they should have it at. Let's have it.
John, explain to him what happens. He should know this, but during these events, these weekends, like Olympia weekend, so much is going on that there's no time to even go back to the hotel room to change your clothes. You're going to try to squeeze a fight in.
I know you want to do it, but it's the worst idea ever.
Yeah, I agree.
I got to stick up for George. Because most of those fucking people don't give two shits who wins the Olympia. They're just there for the expo, get free fucking candy bars.
So then what you got to do then is you got to time it so I would think if you're really bent on having it at the Olympia, I would have it Friday night or I would have it Thursday night. Because Thursday night is to meet the Olympians, the press conference and all of that shit, and there's nothing going on Thursday night.
Maybe they should do it at the press conference, John. Maybe Dan will set up a ring.
Right after the press conference.
How about at the press conference? They could put a
What
cage
about
right
at the
there.
expo itself? Why couldn't you just do it at the expo like we used to do?
Lee Priest wants to box. I spoke to Lee Priest last night.
Who's he want to fight? Sean Ray?
Sean Ray, like have a boxing match with Sean Ray. Two-minute rounds.
I saw that thing you made for Lee Priest. You made him. What did you make him? Like some sweets or something.
Wait. We'll get to the cookies in a minute. Let's finish the Lenny thing.
All right.
So management called you. So when's the fight? Where's the fight? What's going on?
Saturday. I'm setting up Saturday at a place called the Bronx Sportsplex, which we can have 400 people there with tables. We'll set up the octagon. We can have food and alcohol as well. It's just like the Arnold. Arnold has 33 Olympic events at his sports thing every year, right?
But he's got 17,000 athletes there. So
I know.
Hold on. Hey, wait, John, you had a great idea. Hold on. Why don't you do it at the Arnold in September?
That's even a better idea.
I think they're going to hold it in September. You could do it in the expo.
I gotta find a.
You don't need to find a gym. They're probably going to have it a ring set up at the expo there that you can do it in.
That's what I said. Do it during the expo.
You can do it exactly. They got the martial arts. They could do it right there in the ring, already set up.
Right.
You get this made for you, right?
Yeah, you'll have a huge crowd already. You'll have thousands of people there watching.
But that's what I've been saying. Do it at the expo.
Yeah.
You get all these people.
No, at the Arnold Expo.
Yeah, but hold on. Don't they want to make the Olympia entertaining?
Listen, they don't have fighting at the Olympia, but they do at the Arnold. That's all we're saying, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not going to get the Olympia.
Dave, this is new. We're adding on.
You're not increasing.
George's
You're not doing anything new during COVID. If the Arnold happens and they have an expo, they're going to have an MMA section with a cage there. They always do.
Yeah, but Florida's
it's plug and play.
Florida's wide open.
The Arnold's going to be in Florida.
It might be, or at least I think they're talking Santa Monica, maybe, John.
You can't in Florida. You don't have to no mask, no nothing. You can. That's why all the fighters are going fight. All the fights are in Florida.
Yeah.
And in Pennsylvania right now.
Now, Mr. G, let me ask you this. Let's say all of this materializes. The fight's set. You're trained up. Fight night. You're in the ring. Bell rings. You guys are dancing around. You see it opening for the greatest right hook in the history of mankind. All right, you can give brain damage to his great grandchildren if you land this shot. Are you going to land it or are you going to pull back?
He's going to land it.
John, this is two gladiators getting in the ring. No cookie cutter boxing. No MMA. 3 5-minute rounds. Look.
Hey, the cookie cutter fighting the cookie man. How about that?
So if
That's
that
right.
shot
There
is
you go.
open,
There's the billing.
So let's just be clear. If that shot is open, you're taking it.
I'll help multicam stream.
Yes.
They really do.
And you're not pulling back.
Tyler says if it's in Florida, he'll stream it. He'll multicam stream it.
And you're not pulling. You're not pulling back.
This is a war. This is a war.
So you're gonna hit him.
John, he's been taking.
John, they're not fighting to
every
freaking
day.
hit to give each other roses or
what he
anything
wants
like
to
that.
do.
They're fighting to hit each other.
I'm just saying. I've been in
Because you know what? If
situation.
Mr. G shows compassion and shows mercy, he could turn around and Lenny could smash him and knock him out unconscious. You know, that's what
What's
happens.
the undercard? George,
You never let
said
your
there's
guard
other
down. You
fights
remember
too?
$1 Million Baby?
What's the
movie?
undercard?
Is a guy named Campbell.
Your daughter's
Campbell,
on the undercard, Greg. You better find a match for her.
And our boy Rick Fit.
I think you should
Campbell
get
and who?
Greg's daughter on the undercard.
That's what I think you should do.
We got to keep it in the family here. Ask your daughter if she wants to fight.
Dave,
I'll ask her, but I don't know if she'll do it.
Hey, what you should do is, Greg, your daughter should fight the winner.
No. We got to get her a female opponent. We got to get her a female or a transgender. That would be acceptable too.
She'd kill the
got-
transgender.
A transgender male,
Principle.
female to male. I mean, male to female.
She'd probably kill her. My God.
Set it up.
when
Let's
you
go.
When you do jujitsu, bro, do you ever see Thug Rose? Little Thug Rose, what, 115 pounds, whatever she is? Bro, she'd fucking take the biggest. You know what she would do with a big Rammy? I know this guy's watching this. They can't hear that. No way, the strength, the size. You have no fucking clue. It's like a spider to be on top of you like this, choking it. George, tell him. A good
The only
MMA
thing-
fighter girl
the only thing-
will
right,
fucking
the only
kill a
thing that
big
Ram-
dude.
Ramy would be able to do is just hold her on the ground.
That's
then
if
he
he
would
got her there. And you know
Well,
what? All she has to do is twist his wrist a
No, but
certain way.
here's what happened, Greg. He would get after holding as tight as he can for 3 minutes. He'd be done.
Oh,
And how-
absolutely. Yep.
Yes, she's used to being on the ground. It's like
Right.
a walk in the park.
You know what? The
She
worst
scores
fight
with
I
a-
ever had in my life was the guy was about 110 pounds, a little wiry shit, is about 5 feet tall. This guy was, he almost killed me. I mean, I was pulling him off of me and throwing him away, and he kept coming back, and it was like, but he was like a little rat, you know, and a little spider monkey.
Not a
and
New
he was-
York City rat.
Listen, I grew up.
Yeah, New York City
Maybe
rat.
we should get the New York City rats on the undercard.
I would take a 6'2", 280-pound guy Any day.
All you have to do is
over
10
there.
seconds, they're winded. 10 seconds. Dude, I grew up with Charlie Gasparini. He's one of my best friends. He's like a brother to me. He's the Fox Business News. All right? He used to be a boxer. We all used to box at the American Legion. I seen him when we were kids fucking knock a dude out that was like literally he was the super heavyweight for my school's wrestling team. And Charlie was a lot younger. And I'm telling you, so every time the guy would get my friend down on the ground, my friend popped back up. And by the end of the fight, the big dude was like, no more. And my friend hit him and knocked him out. I'm just saying, everybody watching this, all these bodybuilders, because I do it on my show when I do the Talk of Smack, they can't take it when I say that shit. They think, no way, a big bodybuilder. You're out of your fucking mind, bro. They get gassed, right? Mariusz Pudzianowski, who was the world's strongest man, fought his first 2 MMA fights. He killed the guy because they were set up. They guys were afraid of him. They ran around the ring and he got him. He killed him. But then he fought Tim Silva, who had no build, nothing, had like a dad bod, just nothing. Right. And here's Pudzianowski, this jacked up dude. And Silva beat the fuck out of him. I mean, beat the shit out of him, knocked him out. What I'm trying to say is after that fight, Mariusz Pudzianowski said, I got to lose like 75 pounds. These guys don't understand. They see, the internet's full of girls who are MMA fucking fighters. That's what they do. And guys who are bodybuilders, walking in the ring, walking into school, an MMA school, trying to challenge either some skinny MMA guy or a chick, and they get killed. They get knocked out and they get taken down fast. You don't understand. Fucking Conor McGregor, fucking, the Diaz brothers. You see those guys? Nate Diaz got like a concave chest. He talks like, fucking crackhead and shit. But can I tell you what he would do to a guy, even our biggest bodybuilders? You're not going to take that guy. Look at Street Jesus there, Jorge Masvidal. None of those guys. What do they fight at? 160, 170, 175, and they're skinny. You know what I mean? They're 6 foot. They're skinny.
These guys
you know what they would do?
They're also losing weight. You know what? These guys have to make weight.
Right, but they fight at 150, 155, whatever the fuck that is. But they're like 175, 180 in the UFC. Right. They're not even 200 pounds, but at 6 foot. You deal with some little jacked up bowling ball bodybuilder, they're going to kill you. You have no idea. Muscle size is not the same as fighting ability. They're two different things.
And fighting, grappling strength is
George,
different.
you fight MMA. You're in with some of the best guys on the planet. I'm sure the guys in your school got fucking 15-inch arms and shit like that, but they would fucking kill even the biggest dude. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
John, you know the same thing. Am I right or wrong? Everybody equates big muscles with it. But tell me how many fucking guys.
I just said the hardest fight I ever had in my life was with the littlest guy I ever fought. And I'll admit he beat me. I mean, I couldn't hit this guy, and he could fucking hit. That's another thing that people don't realize is you cannot create a hitter. You can train and train and train, and it don't fucking matter. If you weren't born a hitter, you aren't going to hit. A fucking hit, a punch, okay? So you get some of these little wiry guys that can hit, and it's like throwing an anvil at your fucking head. Dude, it's unbelievable. So,
my daughter in college took on two big black chicks at the same time and beat them both. I'm just telling you, in a street fight. Your
daughter can probably hit. You got to
be kidding me.
You got to be born. You cannot learn. You cannot teach a punch. It's either a power, the power in a punch. You cannot teach that. You either got it or you don't.
Just like you can either take a punch or you can't. Some guys can take brutal. Some guys get knocked out.
To some degree, you can train yourself to take a hit. But you cannot teach, you cannot train a punch. It's either
John, you just hit the nail on the head, to be honest with you. Because and George could attest to that. This is what the biggest difference is a guy who's big and jacked, he don't get in fights like that. He's not used to getting punched in the face. An MMA guy, guys who box and do full MMA, fight every single day. They're punched in the face every fucking day. And the Mike Tyson fucking statement runs true. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the nose, right? You don't know what it's like. You get in a fucking fight and you get smacked really hard. The first thing is you're trying to defend. A good MMA fighter, they're used to getting punched. You could punch them 10 times in the face and they're fucking moving around.
They're going to counter. As soon as I get hit, I count. As soon as someone hits me, I counter right back.
Right.
As soon as the guy kicks me, as the kick comes, I'm punching. Or the guys get mad too.
But you train, George. You and I talked. You trained for that. You know. You even told me, Greg. You know, it's like you were telling me about pushing on the bones. And he knows. See, that's the difference. When you fight a guy who knows, and he's been punched in the face, there's no shock to him. The average guy, and I use Big Ramy. I actually like Big Ramy, but because he's the pinnacle of mass and size right now in bodybuilding. You get a guy like that, and you throw him in a street fight. He's not going to fucking win against somebody who even knows how to fight. A girl, well. You could punch, dude. Thug Rose gets punched in the face. You have no idea.
Greg, you could say that you could take the greatest athlete and put him through a bodybuilding workout, and he probably wouldn't be able to move the next day.
That's true.
You're only as good as what you train for. You know.
Guess what? You could take a bodybuilder. John, tell me about this one. You take a bodybuilder, go throw him in a New York City fucking a construction site. He couldn't lift fucking bricks for all day like those guys.
No, they're
like Lee Priest says, bodybuilding. It looks good, but it's fucking useless.
He's right, though. Dude, I was a great athlete when I was young. Now I can't do half the shit. I used to be able to climb walls. I can't do that shit. I'm like a cinder block fucking rolling down a hill. I lost a lot of my athletic ability. I used to be able to throw guys out from center field in baseball. I'm lucky if I could throw from home plate to the fucking pitcher's mound. I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got too big.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The whole muscle bound thing. There is truth to that. And John, you work construction, I think, right? Dude, you ever fucking sit there all day trying to mix cement, carry fucking wheelbarrows full of sand? You know what a bodybuilder would be like? That's enough. That's enough. I can't handle it no more.
When I first started construction, I was a rod buster. And what that meant was we had to carry the rebar from where the truck dumps it off to the site. And there's some of those fucking rebars, man. The thing is, they're not only heavy, but you put them on your shoulder and they're bouncing. You know, they're going like this. You know, and every time they bounce,
are fucking breaking your balls.
Spine. And then cement blocks, 8-inch blocks, 12-inch blocks, one in each hand, you know, and I'm 12 years old. I had traps like up to my freaking eyeballs. But no, construction is brutal. It's
way different than lifting weights. You can't compare. A bodybuilder would never last it. Dude, let me tell you something. You get the old Italian guys. Come on, you're a big muscle man. Come on, lift that fucking bricks and bring them over here, right? Am I right or wrong? And then they break your fucking balls because you're over there crying. I get calluses on my hand. I got to work out later.
My father used to tell me that my grandfather was able to, because he was a bricklayer. He was not a big man, but he had wrists this big and his forearms were like Popeye. And my father said he can grab a brick. He could put 10 bricks there and he would lift the brick up like this and lift them up. Everyone would try it at the holidays. No one could lift up even like 2 bricks, you know.
That's because bodybuilding, powerlifting, lifting is different. That's a different kind of muscle. It's a different kind of lifting.
Yep. There's always exceptions, and our beloved accountant Ron Norman is one of them because.
Oh yeah, I love Ron.
He owns the pinch grip world record, I think. He had a.
Or he did. I don't know if it's still
did. You know the hub in the middle of the 45. So he had 45, and I think a 25, and a 10, and a 5 on top of it, and he pinch gripped the hub and lifted it up like this.
But he told us he practiced for that. He didn't just do it. He was practicing.
Ron Norman, if I'm correct, doesn't he do a little? I mean, I know Ron. He's a good guy. I think him and his son both are MMA guys too, right?
The son does
martial arts. I don't know.
Yeah, son does MMA. Dude, you know who's pretty good? John Gotti's grandson is a fucking fighter. He's an MMA
but go back to that pinch grip record because that was incredible.
Yeah, you have to grab the hub, but. Yeah, he said he practiced that. I mean, to be able to do it. It's still incredible what he did, but he did practice it, you know. It's not something he just was able to, I could just do this, you know.
So those adding machines.
Yeah, he's an accountant. But the thing is, though, it's a different kind of muscle. When you do construction, it's just a different thing. Those old guys do that all day. They could be 70 years old. I've been working this job.
You know, and it's, Greg, it's endurance. Because you're not only lifting heavy shit, you're lifting heavy shit all day long.
Right.
So it's
and you're walking with it. You're carrying it up a fucking ladder. You ever see the guys carry bricks like this? They're climbing ladders.
I had these roofers that used to work for me. The kids would run. The guy, they call them stalkers. They run the shit up and down. They would put a bundle of roofing shingles, one on each shoulder, like this. And go up the ladder to second story without holding on.
And that's floppy. Those things are floppy.
John, do you know that I have, I'm on the second level. I have a building on my property, and Amanda packs up our packages. walking down the stairs to put them, because we put them on the steps because the UPS and the post office comes and picks up from us. I have to hold the railing when I'm holding those. I'm afraid I'm going to go down all the steps.
But you know
I'm
what
holding on
Dave?
for my life, carrying some like light packages, like I'm 90
So
years
could you
old.
imagine walking up a ladder to
I
say
know,
sorry
it's crazy.
without touching it and having these 2 bundles on your shoulders?
Crazy.
There's
used to do
bodybuilders that are
that.
watching this right now that don't want to hear that shit. That's not true. But they'll be the first ones to say, no, I'm saving my energy for my workout, or I'm saving my strength. When you do that work, that kind of work all day. I did it for a little bit when I was really young. I was like, fuck this. I ain't mixing cement and fucking carrying bags of sand. It's not easy to do that shit.
No.
I don't care how much you can lift. It's a different kind of muscle.
Well, you know,
what I mean?
what's his
and
name?
The old Italian guys will break your balls seeing you struggle with that shit.
I did it my whole life. I know. Trust me.
Remember Kirk DiFrancesco, the bodybuilder from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
He used to lay brick all day long. I mean, he was a mason, and
That's right.
He would get ready for bodybuilding shows. I told him, "How did you do that? How'd you work all day?" He goes, "It was just that's what I do." He goes,
But if you've been doing it, Dave, since you were a kid, it's a different story. Okay, I'm not saying a bodybuilder can't do, but most bodybuilders don't do that.
Well,
shit.
that was his
They go to the
profession.
gym.
That was
They
his
got to
profession.
take little naps and shit. Oh, I need to take my nap to get my sleepy time so I could get jet. I understand that. But you cannot compare that kind of lifting or that kind of strength with with MMA, which is a skill.
No.
You know what I mean?
All right,
fighting is a skill. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It's a
Mr. G,
fucking
you'll
skill.
let us know when you set up this fight so we can promote it a little bit. I'm glad that at least you and Lenny's corner there are talking and setting this thing up for real.
Did we verify that? I mean, is there actually a dialogue? Is this going to happen?
Is there a blue check mark next to it?
Yes, there is.
Verified?
You know what? Lenny is just crazy enough to do it because he doesn't care. He'll do it for the publicity. I think he's insane to fight Mr. G, but you know what? He doesn't care. He wants content for his channel, so I guess he'll do it.
I like Lenny. He's a good boy.
But yeah, I know.
I
but
like the
Mr.
whole
G
crew
fucking-
over there. I think they're all cool. But
George is
gonna kill him though.
dangerous.
George is
going to kill him.
They don't think it. Dude, you should have your brother Bobby standing by the fucking ring with a fucking golf
George,
with a golf club.
when
Anybody
George and
try
I used to
fucking
film
get up there?
these transformation tips we used to do about 10 years ago, or maybe it was 15 years ago now, one of the tips we filmed was we were in the ring at Titan's gym we worked at, and we were filming, and Mr. G, I was like about 260 pounds at the time, and George actually picked me up because we were doing this fake scene where we were fighting like Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. And Mr. G picked me up, literally picked my whole body up and slammed me on the ground. That, I don't know how he did it. I mean, you got to have some freakish strength to be able to do that.
Oh yeah, man, fuck.
That's why I asked the question before about him having that open shot, because it's a stupid question. There's no decision. You already decided when that shot's coming. You don't think fast enough to pull it. So that's what I'm saying. This guy is in. Lenny is in. I appreciate his desire to want to do this, but he's going to get killed.
I'm fighting with like 50 different people. So tall, short, big, this, that. So when I'm in there, I'm automatic. When I start, if something comes at me, then I just go boom, boom. I'm doing like 10 punch kick combinations.
You're going to kill him.
Yeah, but George, do they train you for he's a big guy, so there's a possibility of a one-punch haymaker coming your way. Do you prepare for that? How to avoid getting hit by something like that?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have big guys at my place that I train with. I also have guys running at me like they're playing football. So I'm training all sorts of scenarios.
The thing is, with a guy the size of Big Lenny, a haymaker from him, from the minute he decides to throw that haymaker, you could sit down and read a book by the time the fucking thing gets to you.
First of all, I'm watching his shoulders the whole time. My hands are and with the MMA gloves, there's no there's less protection.
Plus, you got to remember, George and I were talking about.
I'm thinking maybe
George is taking it seriously. George is really angry, and he wants his piece of ass. I'm just telling you, he's not fucking around.
Mr. G might do one of these, John. The Hulk Hogan.
You know what, though?
And while he's doing it, Lenny may come up behind him and just clock him, you know?
Listen, I like Lenny. I like his friends there. The kid that does the camera, the other guy, you know, that you were talking about his crew. They're all nice guys. I'm sure of it. It's just that George is serious, and George may hurt the guy, then feel bad later on and be like, "Listen, it's over." But he wants his pound of flesh. He'll tell you he feels very slighted about what happened with his business and everything. So he's not fucking around. He's not going in this ring. I mean, you remember how fucking Apollo Creed treated Rocky?
Right.
You know, he thought, whatever, I'm not going to. But Rocky kept fucking taking his shit serious. George is taking his shit serious.
I got news for you. Big Lenny ain't no Apollo Creed.
No, but you know what I mean, though. I'm just saying.
Boy, no two truer words.
Listen, like I said, I like Lenny and I like his friends there. The kid with the camera's a nice guy. But my message to you guys, if you're watching this, don't take George lightly. You better know that he's going in there, and he's going in there. You're going in a lion's cage, and he's ready. He's hungry, man. He's ready to eat.
And Greg, the thing is, Georgie was dangerous before he started doing all of that.
Dude. George, how tall? You're like 6'1", something like that, 6'2"?
I'm 6'1".
6'1". He's not like a little guy and shit.
I'm 220. I'm 225, 224 right now.
See, George and George already had skill before this.
John, I'm going to come out to Mr. G, the day of the fight. I'm going to be like, Mr. G, what's your prediction for the fight?
Pain. Well, wait a minute. How tall is Big Lenny? I've never met him at first.
He's tall.
He's over 6 feet.
So, but I mean, it's like George is not. It's not like he's fighting a little guy. And like I said, George is taking his shit serious.
These guys go in and weight. First of all, you go in weight classes. I mean, that's what happens in the MMA.
Right.
They're all weight classes.
He's going to outweigh you, I would think, right?
Yeah, by over 100 pounds.
Yeah. You don't care, though, right?
No, the bigger the bet. I don't care how.
This is like when MMA first started, John. You remember when there was no weight classes? Everyone just fought everyone.
Oh yeah, like
there was
sumo
no
wrestlers.
rules.
Hoist Racy was like 180, and that other guy
look what
was
he did to the biggest guys.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so great.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to.
Right. Look what he did to the biggest guys, for Christ's
We'll
sake.
get Sean Ray.
I'm actually exhausted. I think the radiation is kicking
Sean Ray's
in.
not going to fight Lee Priest. I know both of them really well. They're my friends, both of them. I like them both.
Yeah.
Sean Ray is not going to do it.
No, they're not going to fight each other. They shouldn't.
Why?
Sean
Anyway.
Ray is not going to fight.
This is Mr.
gonna
G
fight.
versus Big Lenny will be way more entertaining anyway. All right, we got to wrap this up, guys. I love you.
Wait.
Love you guys.
MrPottsProtein.net. If you go on to get some great cookies and treats, Mr. G is always putting new stuff up on the website, and I highly recommend that you check it out. And anything else that you guys want to promote or anything?
Yeah. Lee
you
Priest.
go.
Blue Chocolate.
Oh, that's the
I
Lee
love
Priest.
that.
That's the Lee Priest cookie. Yeah, Lee sent me
No,
that.
it's not a cookie.
Andy.
Candy.
Oh,
This is.
open
we
it
got,
up. Let's see what it looks like.
This is white chocolate.
Oh, that's
with,
what you sent me. Oh, okay, that's what that stuff is. Yeah, it's delicious.
He sent that to you?
Yeah, he put no label on it.
Look at the size of this thing.
I eat it like a maniac. I'm like addicted to it, John.
Yeah,
I would be too if he'd send me one.
It's probably terrible now that it called it candy. Is there a lot of sugar in there, George?
Yep.
It's the same.
White
There's
chocolate.
382 grams of carbs in the whole thing.
Oh, no wonder why I'm like wired out of my mind when I eat that thing.
No, hold on, but Dave.
But you break pieces off.
I eat it all day though. Thank
Look,
God my kids almost ate it all. There's nothing left, so.
look, see how there's little triangles on it?
Yeah, I eat like 4 triangles every hour at least.
Look at how much it's like a chunky. Look at the fruit in there.
It's
So
fruit.
what? I gotta buy that?
No, I'm gonna say. I had to wait till I sent it to Lee. I just spoke to Lee.
Dave's got it.
No, because he sent me the extras, I think.
I didn't know Dave was gonna go and show it on TV. I was sending that to him and to Rick.
You gave me no instructions, so that's why I showed
Yeah,
it.
that was Rick.
The guy who was writing for the guy for post-traumatic stress. The guy who's doing the ride.
Ricky False.
He gets it before me.
I ate it all. Ricky ain't getting anything. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So we have white chocolate with blueberries and bingberries, white chocolate with mangoes, white chocolate with roasted macadamia nuts, and pineapple, dark chocolate with peanuts and craisins, and then white chocolate with pistachios and craisins.
So make me a white chocolate with peanut butter, pretzel, and raisins.
Peanut butter? What do you mean?
shit.
What do you mean by peanut? You want the white chocolate to be peanut butter itself?
White chocolate with the little peanut butter cup, the little miniature peanut butter cups, and raisins. And what was the other thing I said?
Are you talking about John?
Pretzel. Or you could do you could do the peanut butter stuffed pretzel and put that in there. But it's
Holy shit.
I got to do other interviews today. I know you guys want to stay on the show for 6 hours, and I'm sure all the people doing lots of cardio now are loving all this stuff. But I got to wrap this up.
all right.
Needless to say,
Next week,
are those
Georgie.
Available, George? The Lee Priest candy?
Yes, they're online. They're online now. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll check it. If you guys want to purchase that, I'll tell you one thing. He makes an awesome white chocolate. No matter what he put, I thought he was putting fruit roll-ups in there. I didn't know he was putting mango pieces in there. It really is delicious. It's a nice blend if you like that kind of like food because it's got stuff inside of it.
Peanut butter cups are better than Reese's. I'm not shitting you.
They're really
if you
good.
get a Reese's, if you guys like Reese's peanut butter cups, fuck that.
I
They're not
still
even
prefer the
close.
Jumbo Lights and the keto cookies, but you know what? I'm a bland type of person. I don't like a lot of sugar, but I'll tell you something. If you like those cookies, they're amazing. They really, really are. Oh, there it is.
Unbelievable.
There's the website
They're
right there.
unbelievable.
Looks great. Looking
Oh, you have a
Who
snack
made that
at the
little
end of
Hulk animation, George?
What?
Who made that Hulk animation?
Looks like a fucking.
Did you steal that from someone?
Oh, that's my Summer made that.
She made that? That's really good.
Yes.
She did a good job on that.
She's good. She does great labels.
She does everything. I mean, she's the one that does. You know, I come up with the idea.
Why don't you
and
have her? You should have her animate the whole whack pack a little bit, and
Yeah, Dave. I'm having a booth at the Olympia, and want to have an RX booth at the Olympia.
How are you having a booth? You're
Yeah,
fighting at the
fight.
Olympia.
What?
You're jamming too much stuff in there.
How is that?
How are you going to fight Big Lenny and have a booth at the Olympia?
What are you talking about? We're gonna have the weigh-in. We'll have the weigh-in at the booth.
George, I mean, John, he's got 400
kidding
things
me?
planned for the Olympia weekend.
I know.
Why not?
You're overextending yourself, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's what he does. This is normal for him.
You're thinking too small, Dave. Come on.
I have stress just talking about it. I
I
gotta
get
go.
exhausted. It's
I
like-
love you guys. I'm Dave Palumbo with another installment of I don't even know what show this is. After Hours. We'll see you next week.
See
All
ya.
right. I love you guys. I got to run.
Love you guys.